Welcome to Traveling While Black.
Hey, what's up? I'm Anthony, this is my wife Marley, and welcome to another episode of Traveling While Black.
Yes, welcome back everyone. As a brief reminder, our show is based on our experiences traveling, and we base those experiences off of how good of a drive it was, how much fun we had, and most importantly, how comfortable do we feel as Black people visiting for the first time.
Fall is a beautiful time of year around the state of Washington. And with it being fall now, we wanted to think of a beautiful place that we had visited, but never during the fall season.
Yes, and that place is Leavenworth, Washington. So yes, we've been there 2 times and we've done 2 episodes on them, but they were always Christmas themed and during the holiday season.
Yep, but this episode, that changes because we're going back to Leavenworth, Washington, but this time to see what it's like outside of its Christmas theme.
Yeah, so we were really excited to go back, and we're really excited for you all to see the episodes. So as always, let us know what you think. We were first introduced to Leavenworth via its fame as a Christmas town, and we would always visit after Thanksgiving when it would transform into what the town self-proclaims as a village of lights.
This year, though, we had taken the trip before all of that to see what the town is like outside of the Christmas season. Obviously, the Bavarian theme of the town will be the same. In fact, how and why that came to be is an interesting story.
By the 1960s, the once booming town of Leavenworth, Washington was struggling to bounce back from the railroad relocation and lumber mill closing. Luckily for the town, 2 Seattle businessmen, Ted Price and Bob Rogers, were determined to figure out a solution.
Thinking of Slovain, California, a town that modeled its town to be Danish themed, the pair was inspired to replicate the same strategy by using marketing to revive the city. Their idea was to transform the town into a Bavarian-themed town because that specific European style would better suit its mountain location.
Wait! You mean there's no real Bavarian connection?
Nope.
While it took some convincing of the other townsfolk,
They had to put up their own cash first.
eventually they were successful. But for this visit, we were there to find out what is Leavenworth outside of its Bavarian design. Drive grade. The drive to Leavenworth this time was 2 hours and 5 minutes. And what is interesting is that this trip was faster than the last time, which was faster than our first time.
We did take a bus the first time, and possibly the Christmas traffic slowed us up the last time, but who knows? What did remain the same were the views. They were still spectacular.
This drive experience did offer one more positive difference, the road conditions. This time we didn't encounter any snow going through the pass.
Faster drive on less hazardous roads with the same spectacular views. Not surprisingly, we give a 5 out of 5 for drive grade. Level of fun. We were back in Leavenworth, and of course we knew about the fun restaurants and shops on the Bavarian-style Front Street, but this time we wanted to learn more about the town outside of that.
The first thing we learned about Leavenworth this time is how great the lodging options are, since we chose to stay overnight on this trip. The place we chose was a beautiful Sleeping Lady Mountain Resort. The resort sits on the banks of the Icicle Creek and offers a variety of cabin options. What's really cool is that every cluster of cabins are named after something specific in nature and is built by or around that specific item.
On top of the dope lodging setup, the resort also offers access to an abundance of activities, as well as great spaces for events and large group gatherings. And even better, breakfast and lunch is served on the resort at O'Grady's. Yes, the Sleeping Lady was a great new experience for us in Leavenworth. But what about the town itself?
In order to learn more about the town, we couldn't think of any better way than taking a bike tour. Oh yeah, there's even a better way, an e-bike tour. So we booked with Bavarian E-Bike tours to go on their Leavenworth Mountain View tour, and it was awesome. The tour is around 2.5 hours and takes riders about 16 miles experiencing the beautiful scenery and learning about some of the town's history and landmark locations.
Don't let the 16 miles scare you. The e-bike makes it almost effortless. One of the really cool things we liked about the tour is that you are led by an expert. Jennifer was our expert guide. In the beginning, they assist you in fitting the provided safety gear and give you an in-depth tutorial on how to use the e-bikes. Plus, it was nice not having to rely on our fuzzy memory of biking hand signals.
Another really cool thing we loved about the tour is how we would occasionally stop to take pictures, soak in the scenery, and catch a rest if needed. We really enjoyed our time and we got to learn a lot about the town of Leavenworth.
especially some of its history, like the historic ski jump, which opened in 1929 and was the town's first attempt at using tourism as an injection to the local economy. Yep, we had a lot of fun and definitely recommend checking out one of Bavarian E-Bike Tours' e-bike tours.
We can say that this experience in Leavenworth, we had a lot of fun overall, even without the Christmas themes.
A good time in the winter, during Christmas, as well as a good time in the fall. We better still check it out in the spring just to be sure.
All in all, we can say that we definitely had a great experience based on this time in Leavenworth. So we give a 5 out of 5 for level of fun. Comfortability for Black people. For both of our last trips to Leavenworth, we gave the comfortability for Black people rating a 5 out of 5, but that was during Christmas season.
For this experience, though it wasn't Christmas, it was still a pretty comfortable experience. And we have to say that a large part of that comfort could have possibly come from our stay at the Sleeping Lady.
The Sleeping Lady encourages guests to get out and experience nature. In fact, the Sleeping Lady's founder, Harriet Billette, made it part of her mission to connect all people to nature.
That mission is continued by the current owners, the Icicle Fund, which is a nonprofit organization founded by Harriet Billette.
A portion of Sleeping Lady sales goes towards the Icicle Fund, which supports other local North Central Washington organizations whose work aligns with the fund's mission of engaging people with art, history, and the natural environment.
Something else, though, is how the Sleeping Lady respects Native American culture, history, and connection to nature. Like by openly recognizing its location on the ancestral homeland of the Wenatchee people and honors them as the original stewards of this land.
Yes, all in all, a great experience. So just like last time, for Leavenworth, we give a 5 out of 5 for comfortability for Black people.
We hope you found this episode to be helpful and entertaining. Be sure to check out our previous episodes.
Yes, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And check out our merchandise on travelingwhileblackseattle.com. And be sure to reach out if there's anywhere you would like us to check out.
Until next time, beautiful people, stay up, stay true, and do you.